The velocity vt in the table is increasing, t going from 0 to 12. A. Find the upper estimate for the total distance traveled using n equal to 4 and n equal to 2. So, notice first the velocity function vt is increasing function. Therefore, the upper estimate going to be using the right-hand sum. So now what's the right-hand sum? Summation notation going to be sigma from I going from 1 to n of vti multiplied by width delta t. Here, for the first part, n going to be 4. So delta t going to be the endpoint over n. That going to be 12 minus 0 over n. And that going to result in 3. So delta t going to be fixed and going to be 3. So I'm gonna mark that in the table, and then I'm gonna notate our point t0 to t4. So now after I notated the table, we are ready to take the summation. So here in this case, sigma going from I going to from 1 to 4 of vti, our function, multiplied by delta t. So if we expand that term, it's going to be vt1 delta t plus vt2 delta t plus vt3 multiplied by delta t plus the last term going to be vt4 multiplied by delta t. So we are going from t1 to t4. So here we're going to start from t1. So v of t1 going to be 37 multiplied by the width going to be 3. And then vt2 going to be 38 multiplied by the width. And then vt3 going to be 40 multiplied by the width. And then vt4 going to be 45 multiplied by the width. The resulting going to be 480. Now for the second part, we have n equal to 2. Therefore, we're going to have different delta t, different width. So delta t going to be 12 minus 0, which is b minus a over n, which is 2. That's going to result in delta t equal to 6. Now, the summation notation going to be from I going from 1 to 2 of the function vti multiplied by delta t. Now we will have vt1 multiplied by delta t plus vt2 multiplied by delta t. So we are going from here just from t1 to t2. So now let's notate our table here. The first is to mark our delta t. Delta t here is 6. Therefore, we have t0, and then we'll have t1 here, and then t4, t2. Now this is the same thing as if we graph the function v of t. Remember, v of t is increasing, and we are using the right-hand sum. So n equal to 2, that means we have two rectangles. So from the right-hand sum, what we want to do, we want to find the area of the first rectangle and then the area of the second rectangle. So I'm going to multiply height by width, and then I'm going to add these areas together. So v of t1 going to be 38 multiplied by the width, and then v of t2 in this case going to be 45 multiplied by the width. The resultant going to be 498. So these are the resulting from part A. Part B, find which of these answered part A is more accurate and why. So here, as n gets larger, we are increasing our accuracy since we are minimizing these extra areas above the graph, since the distance traveled is just the area under the curve. Therefore, in this case, when n equal to 4, it's more accurate. Part C, find a lower estimate for the total distance using n equal to 4. So again, lower estimate, and we want it for n equal to 4. So the lower estimate in this case, since the function is increasing, going to be the left-hand sum. And this is the left-hand sum summation notation, going to be from I from 0 to n minus 1 of the function v of ti multiplied by the width delta t. This in our case going to be I is 0 to n minus 1, going to be 3, of our function vti multiplied by delta t. In this case, vti going to be b minus a over 4, which will result in a 3. Now let's expand the summation notation. It's going from t naught, and it's going, the last term going to be t3. Now, this is the table, and I already marked our delta t, and then I notated t naught to t4. Now I just have to plug this value into summation notation. So vt naught going to be 34 multiplied by the width, and then vt1 going to be 37 multiplied by the width, then vt2 multiplied going to be 38 multiplied by the width, then vt3 going to be 40 multiplied by the width. This will result in 447. So notice here, this is a lower estimate using n equal to 4, going to be 447, comparing to upper estimate in A when n equal to 4, going to be 480. You can see that the lower estimate has a lower value.